Now we will see how to paint this element with oil paints. So these are oil paints tube which I am using now, and we'll use palette. Oil paint for oil paints, use separate palette. Don't mix this palette, color mixing palette with other colors. And also I'll be using the turpentine oil and linseed oil. Both the things I'll use. One is for mixing colors. So both oils will use for mixing color only. And turpentine oil especially is used for cleaning oil brushes. Okay. And this is the canvas. This is canvas. So this centimeter 8 by 10 I have taken. Size is 8 by 10 canvas, and white color I have taken. So premiered with gesso. It's already premiered with gesso, and with the pencil, graphite pencil, I have drawn the outline of the element, and completely it is in middle of the uh, canvas. So I made sure it should be in the middle of the canvas. So these are the thing without using grid I have drawn. So now about the brushes I'll tell. So I'm using normal silicone brushes only for painting this oil artwork. So flat brushes I have taken and the round brushes I've taken. So first of all, what I'll do before starting painting, first I'll take, this is called molded eraser. So you need to take molded eraser and make it like this. See? Okay, after that, you just roll on the surface of the canvas. So what happens if you roll like this? The excess of graphite, pencil graphite will come out, okay, and it stick to this molded eraser, and also it will help. It doesn't disturb our paintings. Okay, so usually what happen while painting, this graphite powder will get mixed with the paints and it will disturb the um, composition, quality of the output. So I'm doing like that. Now what I'll do, I'll take the basic color first. So we can't do it will take time to make layers. So basic layer I'll do with yellow deep hue. Okay. And for that I'm taking this yellow deep hue. So what you need to do in the oil painting, it will take time to dry. Okay, so in which step we stop and where we wanted to um, kept to dry, and what are the next steps we are doing, that you need to note properly in the notebook. Okay, if you have not writing on the in the notebook, it will be difficult for you to go again when you are doing again the next layers. It will become very difficult. Okay, now uh, this is yellow deep hue I have taken. Taking linseed oil. And I'll dip brush in the linseed oil. I'll take little bit. So for oil paints, we don't use water to mix. We will use oil only. So this much oil is enough. It will give more color. Okay. And it will increase the smoothness. Yes. So you need to be very careful when you are adding oil. Okay. Like this, you need to take color and just closing this. Okay. Now in the turpentine oil. So don't use water to clean the brush. Use turpentine oil. This is turpentine oil I have taken in 1 cup. Okay. And this one you need to use. After finishing painting work, okay, you can wash it with soap water. Okay. Now I'll take flat brush number 12 for the application. So I'll apply on complete this box even on the element. Okay. So this is the primary layer which I'm going to do. And for drying, you should not use any dryers and all for this. Okay. If you use dryer, what happens? It will get, you can see the cracks after applying so many layers, after finishing your artwork. Within 1 month or 2 months after that, you can see the cracks on the paper. Why? Because of overheat. So you should not keep this thing on the under the sunlight, direct sunlight. Okay. So you should be very careful. It should dry naturally. Okay. You should not make it to dry. It should dry naturally. See how smoothly this is moving. This is the beauty of oil paint. It will move very smoothly. If you want to take 1 inch brush, you can use instead of 12 number flat brush. Okay, so I'm more comfortable with this brush, so I'm using this one. So usually artists they don't choose the primary color like completely, but why I am doing is see when we are mixing colors now, it will give some 3D effect. Okay, though it take time to get that 3D effect, primary color is very much needed, I feel. Okay, so because of that reason, I'm applying this color. First, you apply in the horizontal way completely. You can see how smoothly my brush is moving without any effort. with only single push like this, it is moving. Now I'll make it horizontal, completely horizontal way is completed. Now I'm making it vertical. And now I'm not applying any paint to it. Whatever the paint we have, that one I'm trying to apply. If any excess paint is there, that also we can remove in this step. In this. And make sure line should not form. Okay. So this is the primary layer. Now what I'll do? I'll apply the second layer for the fruit. Okay. For the element. Background we have done. For the element I'll apply so that it will blend smoothly. So I don't take time here. I'll just try to apply the color. Crimson. Then I'll take bit of scarlet. Okay. So turpentine oil and linseed oil will be having fragrance will be very high. So if you have any suffocation, like if you are having any asthma problem like that, lung problem like that, you should use this oil paint while uh, closing your nose, like you use mask. Okay. Now I'll take linseed oil. This is crimson. This is scarlet. So I'll take little bit of crimson like this. I'm mixing with linseed oil to make it smooth. Just separately you need to mix like this. Fill it with turpentine oil a little bit. You can add little turpentine oil also so that it will dry little fast. Okay, but don't use too much of turpentine oil. Okay, half drop will go with scarlet leak. Okay, just clean the brush. Leave the linseed oil aside. And take round brush number 4. I'm using silicone brushes only. Synthetic brushes, not silicone. Synthetic brushes I'm using. Okay. So first I'll do with crimson leaf. So blending will be easy. if it is dried completely, okay, at that time we can add layers. Okay, but whenever blending are there, you just add on the wet one only. But be careful, color will spread. So if it is possible, you can use this long hand brushes will be there, no? That you can use. The rest of the colors you need to blend it with yellow itself. So just move the color like this so that it will blend by itself. Okay. Now just take little bit of scarlet red. Let's add one more layer here and leave it so that it can take time. So when you are leaving to dry, you just make sure there should not be any lumps and okay, paste like thing. So you should spread the paint evenly, okay, like this. Once it is dried completely, then from there you can start adding uh, detailing. So starting, you should not think about detailings. You should be you should concentrate more on the structure form. Okay, so don't worry about the detailings when you start the painting and don't see the detailing works. Okay, just add colors first. Whatever colors you are observing, you just add more. So I'll just mixing Scarlet Lake and Crimson Lake, little bit of. Scarlet I'll take and little bit of crimson. Here I'll add very lightly because the value scale is visible at this side. It means what you say light shadow effect as well. Value scale is visible. So I'll add very little. Lightly I'll add both the colors, scarlet lake and crimson color. Okay. I don't want it to be very dark here. Now here also I'll add very light. So this is about color application for the element. So still what are the elements we have? We have leaves, so we need to add that also. What I said before, you think yes, yeah, I need to leave it for dry. That time we just check whether the lines are visible or not. If lines are visible, just blend it wherever the sharper highlights need to be visible there, you make it sharp. Now I'll take Virdian hue. I'm going to take Virdian hue. The linseed oil. I'll mix. So I'll mix with Virdian hue as well lemon yellow here. So already I have yellow. So this is Virdian hue. So I'll take a little bit of Virdian hue like this. I'll take a little bit of yellow and I'll mix. Okay. So the green we need first for primary layer. So I'm using the same brush. I'm not changing here any brush. If you want, you can use liners or you can use a wig boom. Okay. Or you can use round brush number 4. Any brush will go. But the way you hold is very important. And the way you put pressure on the canvas is very important. Mhm. So this is a very, very light primary color I'm adding for the leaf as the second layer. You will get question like why we can't add these layers when it dry. Okay, now what I'm feeling is here to show the value scale, to show the light and shadow values. Okay, what happens? It needs to blend properly. Because of that reason, before it get dry, first layer should be applied properly. Okay. So when it once it dries, no, at that time you can add detailing some more. Okay. So oil painting, usually it is a slow process, but results you can expect very nice, appealing for the eyes. Okay, relaxing for the eyes like that. Now I'll take little bit of mm, crimson, little bit of scarlet, little bit of vermilion hue. I'll mix it this. I'll get little bit purplish color. It's not completely purple, I can say. It's purplish color. And I also added little bit of yellow. To get to capture the values. Okay, you need to experiment, what we call experiment with the colors. Okay, don't use blindly whatever the color you see. Experiment, mix the color and understand the color value. Don't go blindly with color wheel. Okay. Yeah, color wheel will give exact ratios, approximate exact ratios. But you to understand more, you should not by heart anything. In arts, we can't by heart anything, right? So you need to take advantage of that. You need to experiment first with the colors. Mix and matches the colors. Okay, which color will suit best? How we will do for the fabrics. Okay, like that. So this is about leaves. We have leaves. Now we'll see the stem part. For that I am taking Persian blue now. I'll take little bit of Persian blue. And then I'll mix Persian blue and little bit of vermilion, little bit of scarlet red. So I'm not adding Persian blue or this oil, linseed oil, because already scarlet red is having linseed oil. So I need little thick. So I don't want it to be very loose. Because of that reason, I'm avoiding adding this linseed oil. Just a small strokes you need to give here. Okay. Don't put too much pressure. Okay. Don't apply too much color. Just small strokes you need to give. It is very easy actually compared to the other mediums. Oil is very easy, but time taking, it will take too much. So much of time it will take. So this is the background for the um, stem. So I have not added anything, any detailings, not even single detailing I have added. So eventually we will progress how it will look. Before that, I am going to tell how to maintain the brush. After every oil paint, we need to clean with turpentine oil. After that, soap water. Use soap water to clean this, and you can preserve this colors. Okay, it doesn't dry really fast. It will take 4 to 5 days if you are in cool areas. Okay, so it will take time. We have winter season is going on, so for drying it will take time. So you can preserve these colors. You can use it again. So this is about drying paints. Hi. So after drying the completely dried oil paint, it will look like this. Say it is completely dried and there is no wet on this. So we have to dry in a dark place. Don't dry it in sunlight like that. It will form cracks. As of now, it has dried properly. The consistency is correct. Okay. Now we will apply the next layers by using the same colors. Now we will start applying the darker value, lighter values, highlights, everything we will make it out. For that, in 1 cup, I have taken linseed oil. In the second cup, I have taken oil, distilled turpentine oil. This is called linseed oil. Linseed oil, which we use to mix color, and distilled turpentine oil, which we use to clean the brush. We are not going to use water for oil painting. Okay, and don't use other types of oils. It will spoil your artwork. And I'll use this color palette and also the brushes. These brushes. Now I'll take color Crimson Lake. I'll use Crimson Lake Delphine. Okay, Crimson Lake and with the brush number 4, brown brush. I just I'll clean my brush in the turpentine oil little bit so that that edge of the brush will become smooth. And then add little bit of linseed. If you have used color plate for oil paintings, then don't use the same plate to the other paintings. Okay, once you use this color mixing plate for oil paints, you just keep it for oil paint only. Don't mix the other mediums. Oil paints will move in different way in compared to the other mediums. Okay, so now we start. We'll start apply the color. You can move your strokes very slowly because oil paints doesn't dry very fast. So you need not to be worried about drying time and all. You can move slow, maintain maintain speed. Not slowly means not too much slow. Just maintain speed so that you won't miss anything. Okay. So this darker value for the element. Now I have cleaned the brush with turpentine oil. And what I'll do here, I'll just blend it smoothly so that I don't see any markings or any lines like that. Blend it in one line position like this. Again, clean with turpentine oil. See, you need to wipe the brush with uh, cloth properly. Okay, turpentine oil should not be there in the brush. Okay, when you clean the brush, it should not be there in the brush. You need to wipe it properly. Okay, so this is very major step. Turpentine oil should not go on your artwork. So be careful about that. If if you have applied more turpentine oil, slowly what happens one- after like 22 after this painting. Now today is today you are painting from today if you count 40 days after 40 days this paint will come out slowly because of overusage of turpentine oil. Okay, so use it when you are cleaning the brush. You need to wipe it properly. And that is the thing which I wanted to mention. So now the surface became smooth. And whatever the rest of the color and the line is there, you just add it like this. Okay. Now take dark blue little bit. First I'll clean the brush. And I'll take dark blue means you can take Persian blue or you can use blue hue. Okay. So I'll take Persian blue to the color plate. With the help of linseed oil, I'll mix this blue. I don't take too much of blue. Blue, what happens if you add too much of blue in the oil paints? Usually, oil paints will dry very late. Okay. So after drying, the result will be little different. Okay. So you need to get control over adding the darker areas value. Okay. We need to use only for blending colors like this. This blue should add uh, shadows, okay, as well as volume to your elements. Now, at this stage, I'll wipe the brush with turpentine oil and I'll blend it like this. Okay. Now, on top of that, I'll add little bit of crimson color. Now, if you add crimson color, it will start look dark. So, I'll change the brush because here it should be very much dry. Now you need to, because already two colors are there, so you need to make it to blend properly. Use the crimson color. Dry the brush or take dry brush, anything you can use. And so just take out the color or move the color from sorry, darker to the lighter valley. Just give little strokes and move it like this. So now we need to wait till it dry. Means it will take again 6 to 7 days for the next layer. Okay, now if you want to add any more detailings, you need to wait till it dry. I have applied Persian glue there with the liner. On the back side of this, I want crimson dark, not violet dark. Okay, now take brush number 6 and use crimson color. We have already diluted crimson color with linseed oil. And then smoothly you move on to the first layer painting. Just take a little bit. Don't use too much of paint. Okay, just take little bit. It will only move very smoothly. Okay, if you apply too much of paint, drying time will increase. Okay, so as of now, this one is looking good. Okay, if you want to add any of the detailing and all, you need to wait till it dry It will take time, almost 1 week, 7 days like that it will take. Okay. After that, after completely it will dry, you can apply the next layer for detailing support. Okay. As a shade wise, it has came properly. So I hope I leave like that only. I'm not using any this thing dryers or anything. I'm not using. Don't use that dryers. Okay, hot air drying is not good for oil painting. It's that depth you need to. We are making the depth of the element. Wow. So I'm adding crimson color here. Style A, yellow color. And take yellow, cadmium, yellow deep hue I'm taking to the color mixing plate. The brush. This with the turpentine oil. With the help of linseed oil, I using this color. See, I'm using linseed oil here. After mixing with linseed oil only, you can easily move the color. Okay, so linseed oil is very important here. So little bit of crimson color I'll take. Don't take too much of crimson. Maybe little bit. Just under the leaf. Okay, leaf shadow will be there. So under the leaf, shadow will be there. Yes. Okay. Now I'll apply little bit of dark blue. Very little. Don't take too much of dark blue. Little bit will go very well. Here also, little bit of dark blue. And just blend it in the layer. Okay, then you will get automatically you will get that depth of the for the object. Now I'll take the goodie and liner this now. Okay, so that is for the pomegranate. Now I'll give the blush and here I need to blend it smoothly. I don't want any roughness here, but I'll add little bit of yellow. So that is about now. Now I will take green color. So I'll use sap green. I'll take sap green. Now I'll mix sap green with linseed oil. If you want more smoothness, mix more linseed oil. If you want less smooth, mix a little bit. Make sure you need to understand. Now I'll start applying for the leaf. Yes. With the oil paints, you can do hyper realistic work because oil paints will take so much of time to dry. When it dry, it will give you more idea where to do the detailing. So you will get so much of time. You can again and again see the reference image, okay, and think over it, where to give, where not to give, where to add darker values, where not to add darker values and all. Okay, so like that, it will the give much time to add the realistic look. Okay, so take your time to, if you want to add any realistic look like that, you can take your time to make it like that. Now I'll take Persian blue little bit. and little bit of crimson. I'll mix it both. Apply for the stem. This stage, I'll change the brush to, you can take brush number 2. Okay, so brush number 2. Okay, like that, you can remove the value for the stem. Now I'll take bit of white. Usually white we don't practice to use, but sometimes we can use. So I'll take little bit of white here. Just clean the brush. When you're working with the white, you need to take little bit of white only. No need to take too much of white. Okay, white you need to use very less for adding the highlights. Like that. Here two ways you can use white. One way is after completely drying white brush and then you can use. And second way is you can use directly how I show you. So this is little bit risky one because white will get mixed up with the value of the first layer. Downside, I want the darker one. Like this. Okay. Now I'll take crimson color. So it will be having some flower-like structure, right? So for that you can take this Persian blue. You can add in a dotted way. With the help of dots, you can make it up, or you can simply fill the space here. Okay. Now, I'll take scarlet. If you have orange directly, you can take orange. If you don't have orange, you can mix and get orange. You need to take more color, but while applying, you need to be very careful. So I'll take scarlet leaf and yellow cadmium deep hue. Now I'll take brush number 9. So by using linseed oil, little bit linseed, don't use too much. I'll take little bit of crimson, sorry, scarlet leaf and yellow oil mix. Yellow should be more. Sometimes in oil paints you might not get the orange color. So you can use lemon yellow plus scarlet red or cadmium yellow deep hue plus scarlet liquid. Okay. So like that it will be 1 of oil. So I wanted it to look little lighter, but lighter version. So I added a little of cadmium yellow deep hue. We see if I get the value of oil. Yes, a little. So that lightness, orangish, lightish orange, red should be less, so yellow should be more. That means if you are taking one part of red, use three parts of yellow. Maybe you get this type of orange. So slowly, I'm trying to apply here. Don't put pressure on the paper. Okay, don't put pressure on the canvas surface, okay, because it is very smooth. It will be very smooth. What happens? It will fall. If you put pressure, lines will form. Okay, we don't need any lines here. Just in the form of strokes. You need to move your paint downwards. So slowly you can do because drying time will be more. So you will get much time to do add this step. Mhm. No need to get rush for the step. So yellow is the primary color. Okay. And also when you are applying as a layer, you will start with yellow only. Usually yellow, not like other things. You can use instead of yellow, sky blue also you can use, but yellow is more preferable. Okay. So choosing of colors are also very important. Mhm. Here I will take for this color. Turpentine oil. A brush. Remove the color by first. It will move very smoothly. So in oil paintings, you can try messy painting like removing exact strokes. But with the scribbling work, you can make an art. Okay. So different types of forms are there in the oil paints. Oil paints are usually will help you to attain the hyper realistic works because of its time gap. Okay. Okay, if you want to do the hyper realistic work, you can do. I want it to be tangled of you. In the orange itself, I want dark, that is reddish orange. So I'll increase scarlet lake value. So I'll add scarlet lake to the existing orange. Then of linseed oil and mix it. It should not look red. If it is looking red, then it will get mixed up with the element. So it should look different orange. This I can change my brush. So round brush and maintain brush. Um, and brush. This is flat brush number 12. I'll take the color here. According to the surface, you need to choose the brush, size of the brush, shape of the brush. That painting again. Now, let me properly. After cleaning the brush, you need to wipe it properly. Okay, pull the color down and spread it evenly. Be careful that the colors should blend properly. You need to be very much careful here at this stage because in the orange itself we have used two colors. One is lighter tone value and one is mid tone value. Okay, so both should be visible. It should not get mixed up, blend completely. No. It should not look differently. It should look and it should give the value scale properly. Like this. Now, here already paint we have applied. Just move the paint inside. No need to take the extra paint. So the surface is very less. So 12 ml flat brush doesn't help you. So you need to change the brush. Now you can take round brush. You can use two types of round brush, 9 or 4. So take 9 brush, 9 round brush. And also sometimes if space is completely less, then you can use one number brush, round brush. For color, you need to decide properly which color can be used. So for that, you can use color wheel. You can choose the opposite colors of the color wheel. Okay, there will be cool colors, warm colors. Okay, or if you are unable to understand cool and warm colors, not needed. You can just um, take the opposite colors. Opposite colors will go nicely. So prepare your Arabi for this. Whenever you are applying background, prepare your own color. So which is that? Now I'll take little bit of red pencil color. Colors like this. Now I'll take yellow color. Yellow cadmium hue. Cadmium yellow hue. And mix it with a little bit of white, little bit of yellow. I don't want mid-tone value here. I want it should look shiny. At the same time, and add a little bit of crimson. Don't add too much. Very little. So already we have crimson here. So dry the blush and blend it here. This has to blend properly. Take lemon yellow. Mid-tone lemon yellow you need to take now. Just add rough texture to that. Okay. Now take blue color, Russian blue. Little bit of darker values you can. So this darker value might not be visible properly, but it will add a huge depth to the artwork element. Now I'll take pencil color. Here, yes. Now, you get a brush and try to blend it like this. So now we can take little bit of mix the colors. Yellow mix of white and some blue. Okay. So that's it. This is about the oil color. If you want to add any detailings, you can add like this. Can use liner. So detailings, you can add here a leaf. For this, you can use green or dark blue. I'll use dark green, that is soft green. Yes. Here you can take artist benefit, that is, you can add your own imaginative observation of the leaves, how you observe and how was your perception. That is called artist benefit in the artist. I'll add a little bit of dark green. Yes. Okay. This is about oil paints. Just try it out. You will also enjoy the process because oil paints will take time, but you can make greatest artworks, hyper realistic works. Okay, that's it. Thank you.